Apparently, Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris on Instagram.
Oh my god.
It's
Holy
Jover.
shit.
It's Jover. Is fucking
No.
Joe.
She's
Is that a
stealing the news
meme?
cycle from him.
Is it Jover? Oh, is it happening? Finally? No, she didn't. You guys are such liars,
Yeah,
dude.
she
What the
did. No,
fuck?
she did. She did. It's on
Oh,
her Instagram.
oh, she did. She said register to vote. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already,
Oh
now is
my
a great
god.
time to do your research on issues at hand. It stands to these
All this stuff
candidates
with
take.
Childless cat lady. It's over.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the picture of her with a cat.
Oh my god.
He's gonna beat Don Jr. with a shoe
Bro,
over
all
this.
it took was for her to fucking hug a Trump supporter and then have like the entire Swifties on Twitter rip her ass and be
Yeah.
like, you only cared about politics when your career was failing. She was like, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I love politics. It's my favorite thing to do.
I like that she kind of implies here that she was like undecided until she watched the debate.
Yeah. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to the site. Oh, recently you were made aware. Sure. Okay. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the danger of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is the truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she's a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we're led by calm and not chaos. Damn, she's even doing the PR moves. Like she did watch that debate, or at least her fucking PR people watched that debate. Let me tell you, okay?
Yeah, they said we're backing. This is like the best indicator for like Kamala like so far because they are not going to back her ass until like unless she's like a clear shot to win. Like she was not endorsing Biden until Biden was leading by like 10 in the polls.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the Waffle House index. You know what I mean? for predicting elections. Like people will look at like Polymarket or whatever, or like betting odds, but like this is the real careful and considered calculated decision maker here. Okay.
Yeah. She
I was
has
so
like
hard
a Bloomberg journal about.
Ooh, she likes Tim Walz. She doubled down on Tim Walz. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate at Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Oh my God. And the choice is yours.
The policy page. She had to drop the policy page.
That's what it was. She's a real policy head. She's a real policy head. She was like, yo, honestly, yeah, once I read the policy page, it was over. You know, this was it for me.
Yeah.
When I heard Kamala Harris is going to combat Iran, no matter what it takes, I was like, that's my vote.
Yeah. She said, I'm not voting for her unless I know the nukes are on the way to Beijing like at 11 a.m.
Oh, Jesus. Taylor Swift, childless cat. Tim Walz learns about Harris, the Taylor Swift endorsement in real time. All right, I got to go pee real quick. I'll be back while this plays. You can speak if you want.
While we have been talking, somebody's just handed me something, and I'm going to do sort of a not very TV thing, and I'm going to read it to you in totality. I'm going to read you the whole thing because this was, I don't think you know about this, but this was just posted online by a woman you might have heard of whose name is Taylor Swift. And she has posted this online along with a photo of her cat. And I'm going to read to you what she just posted. Quote, like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me, quote me, falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. Then she says, quote, I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we're led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research, and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make. I also want to say, especially to first-time voters, remember that in order to vote, you have to be registered. I also find it's much easier to vote early. I will link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love
Damn,
and hope,
he's like,
Taylor
I'm about to be
Swift,
the vice president.
Signed, Childless Cat Lady. I have to get your response to that, Mr. Governor.
All those things, I am incredibly grateful, first of all, to Taylor Swift. I say that also as a cat owner, a fellow cat owner. Look, Swifties, you heard it. We know that it's there. That was eloquent, and it was clear. And that's the type of courage we need in America to stand up. We've seen it out of those Republicans who were at the DNC. We've seen it out of women who would like to have their own personal lives kept personal, but are forced to go out there because they nearly died because they can't get abortion services in a pregnancy. And now you have somebody like Taylor Swift coming out, making that very clear. This would be the opportunity, Swifties. KamalaHarris.com. Get on over there. Give us a hand. Get things going.
God damn.